Alright, hello everybody. So this is gonna be another one of my fairly weird flying videos. I should say short flying videos. So we're gonna do something special today. So before we always took the big airliners and stuff, and it took a lot of preparation. Today we're gonna take this small Mooney Acclaim for a spin. We are at Hartford, Brainard Airport in basically southeast of the capital of Connecticut. That's very close to my hometown. And we're gonna take a flight to KBDHL, which is Bradley, which is technically speaking our biggest airport in Connecticut. Long story short, we're gonna take this prop here for a spin, so it's gonna be more leisure flight. I have a couple of things set up which I will explain before we head out. Number one thing, let me switch over here. What I did today is I'm actually going to utilize Project Fly. I already set my flight up. We're not going to stay on any specific route. We're going to just basically free fly, so there's no IFR. It's just visual. And what I can do here, everything is set up. We can actually press fly now. It actually tells me exactly where we are right now. My latitude and longitude, my heading, and so on and so on. And this is basically recording my entire flight, and we can take a look later on what's going on. So for people who already know Project Flight, that's what I'm gonna do. Pretty new to this. Yeah, I have upgraded a little bit my environment, so we are actually utilizing a bunch of plugins here right now. So I'm using Rex HD Weather, Skyforce 3D. I'm also using some Orbits packages, the texture packs, Vector, Base Pack, and North American LC, the land textures, so we're good to go. We are fueled. We don't need to worry about fuel. We need to make sure our lights are on and everything is good. We are on here, and we are actually good to go. We don't need pilot heat. Do we need some pedal push light? There we go. Just blurred out a little bit. I think we're good. We need to set some. We need to set some flaps for before we head off. So we're gonna go flaps number 1 here for the takeoff. And again, it's gonna be a leisurely flight. Nothing too crazy. What I am also gonna do is we're gonna make sure we have the autopilot on, and we'll set it's a little bit dark in here. I just realized, is there any overhead light that I could use? Is there anything up here? I have lights before we take off so we can actually see something in here. It's a dummy switch, so that's good. Air conditioning, we don't need that panel. It's weird, so that's a default aircraft, so it might not have all the nice gadgets of let's say a A320 or whatever, which is fine with me. I just want to make sure I'm able to kind of set my altitude and my... Okay, we can do that here afterwards. We have... It's very dark here. Holy crap. Let's make sure we're gonna go... So we're gonna fly... We're now heading 190. So we're facing south. We probably wanna fly to the west over Hartford. About 30 degrees. And our altitude we're gonna set to, let's do 5,000. I think that should be good. That's all we need for the beginning. We don't need more. Beautiful evening. The water textures. I do not have everything checked out, so it's gonna be new for me. The lights, the vector package is on too from Orbix, so it's gonna be interesting. So we have first flight position. We're ready to roll. Let's get some power. And there we go. And power set. $80 knots, and she wants to come up. There we go. Whoa. Gear up. Tap the brakes. She wants to come up. So we are flying, first of all, we're flying south here right now. And we put our flaps in. And for whatever reason, I cannot pull up. What the hell? Let's go back a little bit with the... Very odd, I have the flight stick all the way back. Okay, that's a problem. We are... Okay, we need to make sure we actually... That is a very interesting problem. That's a very interesting problem. I cannot... I don't know if you can see there is something going on with the plane. I do not get full up, so that's why you always make a flight control. Okay, this flight's interesting right off the get-go. So I'm gonna accelerate a little bit so I'm actually gaining altitude. And then we'll look into what's going on here. We are barely climbing. Yeah, it's really struggling. It's really struggling. We're barely gaining altitude here. What the hell is going on? The flaps are in. I'm literally holding my flight stick back completely. You can actually see that here. I don't have no idea what's going on. I would have really liked to actually enjoy the scenery here. We are slowly gaining altitude. All right. All right. Maybe because I had the autopilot on, I was actually working against it. That could have been. Alright, so let's put heading in. And as I mentioned before, we're actually getting the weather from Rex 3D Skyforce. We flew a little bit more south than I initially anticipated. The weather is kind of bumpy today too. We're slowly climbing. And when we look here, we actually want to go a little bit further north so we actually see the city. So we put our heading further north. Let's go to 360, course 360. gorgeous. Airspeed is good. Probably put back the mixture a little bit. Let's go on the outside view. So to the right is the airfield. About, I would say, 2 or 3 miles away. And we have downtown Hartford coming up. So we're actually gonna fly over downtown Hartford. We're gonna take a right turn here towards the east. So we change our heading here real quick. And go to 060 heading. We're gonna stay at the 5,000 feet for right now. Can we actually see the sun still? Let me check that out. Ooh, there we go. Is the sun still? Oh, the sun is just going down. That's actually accurate. Alright, so we're gonna see, probably gonna go a little bit more east now. We'll actually see the city in a second. There's the airport. We just took off. All right. So over here we see 384. Actually, let me go back into the cockpit. So over here is 384, which is our actually 84. I'm gonna be a little bit back with my speed. 84 over here, going over to 384, which is pretty cool. That's the 84 connector, which this one is 384. We are, airspeed is good. That's pretty cool. Makes a bunch of, we have a couple of clouds here, but nothing crazy. That's awesome. So this is actually, again, Hartford in the back of me. That's the Connecticut River. And this is 84 going towards Boston. And the street in front of you is a connector called 384, which is very close to where I live. Looks pretty amazing. Scenery, updates. Doing pretty well, 180. Over there on the other side we have, let me see if I can sit over here real quick. On the co-pilot seat, this is Glastonbury. Pretty cool night to fly. Just go through those co-passenger seats. Pretty cool. So those are Bolton Lakes, if I'm not totally mistaken. We can actually go over there if we switch off heading hold. Let's take a slight turn over there and check it out. Those are Bolton Lakes. Again, pretty awesome. Again, Hartford again, 384, 84. This is Manchester, Connecticut. And we see I-95, oh sorry, I-91 going up towards Massachusetts. All right. Pretty nice. Amazing night to fly, barely any clouds. So the weather is actually being injected by Rex real-time weather. Yep, still there. Which updates the weather engine every so often, which is pretty nice, which kind of guarantees you some sort of realism. So it's not the most accurate, meaning it's not like you wouldn't use that for actual flying, but for simulation, especially when you do offline stuff, it is pretty good. So we're currently about 40 nautical miles away from Bradley. We're doing pretty good. I actually want to take a left turn here. I want to fly back to Hartford before we go north. Just look at the skyline a little bit. That's why flight simulation is a lot of fun, because you can experience certain things that you normally don't experience that easily. I'm not a pilot in real life, so that is as close right now as it gets for me taking over a plane. We're gonna fly over to Hartford. Again, we have currently altitude hold, so we're not sinking, we're not going anywhere. With enough fuel, we can go here for a while. And again, this is the first time that I actually feel like, oh, I just want to fly and look at the scenery. It's just beautiful, especially when you're from an area. It makes it even more beautiful to look at. Let's go outside real quick, just to appreciate. Again, we're flying basically back here now. To the connector. Actually, let me see if that's the mall. I think that's the mall. Yeah, wow. That's actually Manchester Mall. That is pretty impressive. Holy cow. So this texture real package is true. It's not true Earth, but like it's basic. You can even see the cars. Holy crap. On the highway. Look at that. That is pretty crazy. Yeah, it is fantastic. So we see downtown Hartford in front of us. I don't think they modeled everything perfectly. So the textures are already as highly pimped as could be, but then you can buy regional texture packs. So for example, for New England and stuff, and then they model houses and airports and everything, which is not really, I'm not really that, you know, crazy about it. I don't really care that much, at least right now. I think it's pretty cool. The Vector plugin makes this whole thing pretty impressive. The only thing that it feels like there's a lot of lights going on, but that might be how it looks. I don't really know how it looks in real life, so that is good with me. So as we are approaching Hartford again, we will basically pass over Hartford in the north. And then, oh, that's the airport we just flew out of. That's Brainard Airport. That's the one we just took off. It's our landing strip, our departure, and we will be going. We'll be going north. one northish. Let's see how Hartford is modeled. It's not bad. It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Again, I think in the beginning I literally just completely screwed up my autopilot. So yeah, there's that. Alright, and we go... We go and set it to... Why is that heading knob not going? There we go. To 15 degrees north. And heading select. And we'll make a nice turn. Airspeed still good. We are still in good shape. It's pretty cool looking down at the city. There's a commercial jet in front of us that is landing in, and I think they're already landing into Bradley, if I am not totally mistaken. We could actually... lose a little bit of altitude, go a little bit, maybe go to 3,000. Yeah, I see that plane, so the airport is right in front of us. So we should probably actually reset our course a little bit. There you go. And let's go down to altitude